In the last lesson, we created ourselves a small second table and called it Tubble Status. And this table basically holds ticket status information. So whether that ticket is active, on hold, resolved, or closed. And we mentioned that currently Tubble Status isn't linked to Tubble Ticket in any way. And we can't simply link them together because the two tables don't have a common field. So this is where we need to create ourselves a link table. So we're going to close down the relationships window. I'm going to say yes to save the changes. Let's jump up to create, and this time we're going to select table because I do want an ID field this time. Now we're going to switch straight into design view, and it's asking me to save my table. Now this is going to be our link table that basically links the ticket table and the status table. So the name I'm going to give it is Tubble Ticket Status. And let's click on OK. So the first field is the unique ID for this specific table. So this is the unique ID for the table ticket status. So I'm going to leave this on auto number. Let's give it a description. Unique ID, primary key of this table. Now the next two fields that we add are basically going to be a field from the ticket table and a field from the status table. And the field I'm going to use from the ticket table, if we double click to open it up, is this ID field just here. Remember, this is a unique field and it identifies each record in the table. Now I can't go back and call this ID because we already have an ID field in this particular table. So I'm going to call this ticket ID. And the ticket ID is a number effectively. Let's give it a description. Unique ID, primary key of the ticket table. Now I need to adjust the properties here. So field size, we've got long integer, and I'm going to leave it on that because ticket numbers can get quite long. Is it required? Let's say yes. Is it indexed? Yes. And then the final field that we're going to add to this table is the only field that we have in the status table, which is the status field. Now this is a short text field, and this is unique ID, the primary key of the status table. So let's modify the field properties. I'm going to take this down to 50. Yes, it's required. We're not going to allow zero length, and yes, it's indexed. So now if we right click and switch to datasheet view, we can see those three new columns that we have in there. So now we have our three tables, we need to link them together. So let's close this table down and go back to our relationships window. If you recall, we added these two tables last time, but now we have an additional table that we need to add. So let's jump over to the right hand side. We're going to select Tubble Ticket Status and add selected tables. And the way that I like to position these is I like to have my link table in the middle so that it's really clear. So I'm going to position mine like that. So now we can start to link the tables together by their common fields. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to link Tubble Ticket to Tubble Ticket Status. And the field we're going to use to link is the ID field in Tubble Ticket because that's a unique field, and we're going to link it to the ticket ID. If you recall, the ticket ID field in Tubble Ticket Status is actually the ID field from Tubble Ticket. We just couldn't call it ID because we already had the ID field in this table. So we're going to click on the field, and to link, we just simply drag and drop it onto the field that we want to link it to. Now it's going to pop open this Edit Relationships window, and you just want to double check to make sure that you're linking between the correct tables and fields. So I can see here I'm linking the ID field in Tubble Ticket to the ticket ID field in Tubble Ticket Status. And this is a one-to-many relationship, which basically means in this scenario where we're linking to Tubble Ticket Status is that one ID could have many different statuses. The other thing we do want to make sure we do here is enforce referential integrity. And what that basically means is that if we were to, for example, delete a record that's linked to many other records, it will delete all of the linked records as well so that we don't have any orphaned links. So I'm happy with those settings. Let's click on Create. And you can see it creates a link between these two tables using those two fields. We have a 1 at one end and the infinity symbol at the other. And this really represents the one-to-many link that we have in here. If you want to go back in and make any changes, you can simply double-click on that line to reopen that Edit Relationships window. So now we just want to do exactly the same thing, but this time we're going to link the status field in Tubble Status to the status field in Tubble Ticket Status. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to drag the fields and drop. Once again, we want to check to make sure we have the correct fields link. It's a one-to-many relationship. We want to enforce referential integrity and click on Create. So now we have those tables linked together via a link table that uses a field from each in the middle. So following on from the last lesson where we created ourselves a link table, we're going to create another table to hold some more information and another link table, just so you can see how this works when you have multiple different tables. So let's take a look at Tubble Ticket. I'm just going to open it up. Now, notice that one of the columns of information that we have in our main fact table is the location. Now, maybe I want a separate table that houses the region information. So basically which continent these different cities are located in. So we're going to create another table. We're going to call it region, and then we're going to link it to our main fact table using a link table again. So let's close both of these windows down. We're going to jump up to Create, and we're going to choose Table Design first of all, because this is going to be our region table. And much like the last one, it's only going to have one field, and that field is called region. The data type is going to be short text. This is the primary key field of this table, and let's give it a description. Now I'm going to change the field size, so let's make this 70. Is it required? Yes. Allow zero length? No. Is it indexed? Yes. Now, when I try and switch to Datasheet View, it's going to ask me to save the table, and we're going to call this Tubble Region, and click on OK. So now I can add the different regions in. And you will find a file called region.xlsx in the course files folder so that you know what to type in. And there we go. I'm going to click on Save just to save this table, and I'm going to close this table down, and we're going to jump back into our relationships window. Once again, we need to add our new table from the Add Tables window on the right hand side. So let's select Tubble Region and add selected tables. Now, once again, this is just kind of out there all on its own. It's not currently linked to anything. Remember, these are our dimension tables that we're linking to our main fact table. Now, do I have a common field between Tubble Ticket and Tubble Region? Well, no, I don't. So once again, I need to create a link table, much like we did previously, in order to be able to link this all together. So let's close down Relationships. I'm going to save the layout, and we're going to create ourselves a new table. Now let's switch into Design View, and this one we're going to call Tubble Ticket Region, because we're linking the ticket table and the region table. Once again, we have our primary key, our unique ID for this specific table. So let's give it a description. Our next field again is going to be ticket ID, exactly the same as what it was in our last link table. This is a number, and this is the unique ID of the ticket table. And then the final field that we need in here is region. This is a short text field, and this is the unique ID of the region table. Now let's just check our field properties for ticket ID. That's long integer, required yes, indexed yes. And for region, I'm going to take this down to, let's say 70, required yes, allow zero length no, indexed yes. So now that we have our link table, let's close it down. and save the changes and jump back to our relationships window. We can now add Tubble ticket region to our diagram, and I'm going to drag it over here and sort of place it in between. And you can really arrange these how you like. I'm just going to put mine like that. And once again, we're going to link Tubble ticket to Tubble ticket region using the ID column. Because remember, the ticket ID field in Tubble ticket region is actually the ID field from Tubble ticket. So let's drag and drop it down here. Let's check to make sure that our tables and fields are correct, which they are. It's a one-to-many relationship, and I'm going to enforce referential integrity. So now I've created that link. We're going to do exactly the same for the region field. Let's drag and drop it across. Once again, enforce referential integrity, one-to-many relationship, and click on Create. So effectively what I'm doing here as I'm adding in these different tables and link tables is I'm really extending the amount of information that we have access to, the amount of information we can query, the amount of information we can interrogate. With these two tables, I've now managed to add in some additional information about the status of each ticket and also the region that the ticket belongs to. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, wouldn't it just be easier to add those columns into the main table instead of doing all of this? So if I open up Tubble ticket, you might think, okay, well, why can't we just add a status column and a region column and select from here? Well, yes, you could definitely do that. But one advantage of having certain pieces of information in other tables is that it's much quicker when it comes to things like indexing and searching. If you imagine, if I had a status column in here and we had 100,000 records, every time I wanted to search for closed calls, it's going to have to churn through 100,000 records to pull out that information, which can be quite slow. Whereas if we have that information in its own little table over here, it only has to churn through a few records because of the way everything's linked together. So it makes your database a lot more efficient and a lot quicker.
If you're not a subscriber, click down below to subscribe so you get notified about similar videos we upload. To see the full course that this video came from, click over there. And click over there to see more videos from Simon Says It.